All right, here's the review for the Unit 2 test. All right, this is a linear function. G is graphed on the grid. We want to find out which inequalities, plural, describe the domain and range of the function. Select two correct answers. So think domain, okay? And remember, domain is from left to right, and then range is from bottom to top. So from left to right, this right here is at -2, and it's open. This right here is at +3, and it's closed. So -2 to +3, not underlined, underlined. So that would be B. That's the domain. Okay, and then the range. Right now, the range is from bottom to top. So don't start up at the top, start here at the bottom. This is open at -3. It's open, so not underlined. And it goes up here to +2, and that is shaded in, so it's going to be underlined. So the best answer for that one is going to be not letter D. See how the inequalities are messed up? That would be letter E. That's the best. All right. All right, number 2, graph the linear function. The graph is shown on the grid. What is the domain of the function below? Domain, X, right? From left to right. So right here on the far left, this is -2. So I would use -2 first. And then remember, we always use less than signs on each side. Now, since this one's open, I'm going to use just a regular less than sign. So -2 is less than X. Now on the other side, that one's also open, so that's going to be less than. And then on the far right, we have 2. So if you had it on a computer, you could select -2, less than, X, less than 2. And again, there's no underlines because there is no shaded in circle. Cool? All right, number 3, the graph shows a linear function. Now this is kind of hard to see, but there's an arrowhead right here. It's going forever to the left. And then right here, it's an open circle. Okay, so here's the deal. We're trying to find the domain, and domain is X. Now look, this goes forever to the left. So I am going to put a less than to the left. But there is no, oh sorry, it goes forever to the left. So this side right here is gone. Okay, like there's nothing on this side. It goes forever. But on the right, there's an endpoint. So I'm going to put less than on this side. Okay, and then this is 1, 2, 3, 4, +5. Cool. And it's open, so I'm not going to underline it. Okay. Now, since it goes forever to the left, you see how this is pointing to the left as a less than sign? That's it. There's nothing on the other side because it is not ending. It has no endpoint to the left. So what would I say? So verbally, I would say it's the set of all real numbers, and I would say less than 5. No, equal to. Less than 5. And you would pick that off a drop-down menu. Okay, you should be able to do that. Cool. Number 4, a function is shown on the graph. Choose the correct answer from each drop-down menu to complete the statement. So now we're talking about the range. Remember, is y from bottom to top. So on the bottom here is -2. On the top here is 3. So we have what? Negative 2. Always put less than, negative 2 up to 3. And the bottom, negative 2, is shaded, so this has to be underlined. The top is open, so it's not underlined. Okay, but how do you say that, or how do you write that, or select that verbally? Okay, so the range is all real numbers that are, what's this one? You always start off with greater than, but this is underlined. So greater than or equal to, and that first number is negative 2. And the other one is going to be less than with no underline, so just less than positive 3. Right? So just to type this out here. All right, let's proceed to number 5. Given a function f of x, find the domain if the range is negative 3. Okay, now remember range is y, which is also f of x. Okay, so the f of x is going to be negative 3. So when I write that function over here, f of x equals 3x minus 2. And I need to plug in negative 3 into the range, the y value. So I'm not going to replace x with it. I'm going to replace y with it. This whole thing. So now it's going to be negative 3 equals 3x minus 2. Watch this. Magically, a new answer choice appeared. Ha ha ha. So anyways, we're solving for x. We get rid of the minus. Now, by the way, you could use this. You could solve this using the squiggle n method, n solve, or solve it by hand. We get rid of this loner minus 2 by adding 2, adding 2. All right, you get negative 1 equals 3x. And then to get rid of that 3, you got to divide by 3. So we end up with x equals negative 1 over 3. Now you probably won't get a decimal answer in the future, but or a fraction, but on this one we did because I messed up. So anyways, that's why none of these are right. You have to write in the answer, negative 1/3. Okay, I promise you that's the answer. Because we didn't replace x with negative 3, because this is range, we replaced the f of x with negative 3. We added 2 to get negative 1. Then we had to divide by 3. That's the real answer. That's how you're going to do it on your test, promise. Number 6, the domain of this function. So the x of these functions is these two numbers. What is the range? The y, right? So f of 1 equals 7 times 1 plus 2. Then f of negative 5 is 7 times negative 5 plus 2. So this time you are plugging in this stuff into x. Cool. So what's 7 times 1 plus 2? 7 plus 2 is 9. 7 times negative 5 is negative 35 plus 2 is negative 33. And sorry, I was in a rush when I made this, but C would be right, but it's in the wrong order. So negative 33 comma 9 is what it's supposed to be. From least to greatest, that's what it's supposed to be. Ha 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 ha. Okay, well, there's that. This is also not in the right order. It is what it is. Okay, well, number 7. Jerry Jones sells season ticket packages to Cowboys games. He receives $5 for each season ticket package sold. The greatest number of season ticket packages that he has sold in 1 hour is 3. So we have a maximum independent variable. My domain, he could sell 0 packages, 1, 2, or 3. Again, this is independent. This is X because we are talking about how many he sold. Money is always typically dependent range. So here's the deal. If it's $5 for each sold, well, 0 times 5 is 0. 1 times 5 is 5. 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 5 is 15. That, my friends, is your range. 0, 5, 10, $15. Money is dependent. Why? So that's why the domain was the tickets he sold, packages. He said it's 3 max. So 0, 1, 2, 3. And all you're doing is multiplying it by the money he's making, 5. 0, 5, 10, 15. All right. Now this is graph a linear function that has a root. What's another name for a root? We've gone over this many times, but a root is a 0, a solution, or most importantly, x-intercept. Very important. So the x-intercept is 2, so put a point at 2 on the x. Y-intercept is -5, put a -5 on the y. Now when you click those points on the graph, it's going to immediately automatically make a straight line on the computer. But since we're here, we have to kind of draw it ourselves. Whoops. So there's that. There we go. Okay, linear function has an x-intercept of 3, so 3 on the x. Y-intercept of -2, -2 on the y. Again, you click those two, it should do the line for you, but you should be able to graph this line. And number 10, determine the x-intercept and the y-intercept. So the x-intercept is here at 3, 3. Oh my goodness. 3, comma 0, x before y. The y-intercept is down here, not 2, that's negative. It's below, so -2. 3, 0, and O -2 would have to be B. Your test will be very similar to this, so look it over, make sure you understand it. Let me know if you have any questions. All right.